Pettersson var ute och roade sig en kväll. På morgonen han vandrade hem och var så glad och snäll. Men porten den var stängd så han kom inte in. Han kastade grus på fönstret och fick högt fristin. Rackare, trummel, rummelbott och nöt. Hon skrek och hennes mörkelögon himska blixtar sköt. Tänderna lyste, hon var i stor extas. Han måste se på kärgen genom största glas.
Hello, hello. Welcome to the Fun with Fängelsehåla Adventure Jam. So pleased to have you here. Let me get myself onto the screen a little bit better. And just welcome everybody to the live stream where we're going to be talking about the Fun with Fäng Adventure Jam. It's a new jam based upon the Fängelsehåla game that was kickstarted in... I guess last Zine Quest, not this last most recent one, but the Zine Quest before, and delivered right before Christmas time. And I think everybody probably has their hard copies by now. There's a few stragglers that haven't. So if you haven't, please contact me for those that have backed me. So a little bit of introductions for those that might be just catching this for the very first time. Fängelsehåla is a minimalist tabletop role-playing game. I will bring it up on the screen just so you can check it out. This is a little booklet zine, very minimal rules based upon the Star Wars West End Games D6 system. And similar to, perhaps I've kind of pitching it as the Into the Odd, the way Into the Odd boiled down the mechanics of Dungeons and Dragons. I hopefully have boiled down the mechanics of Star Wars West End Games D6, and even prior to that, Ghostbusters D6. And I'll just flip through the booklet just a little bit, just so you can kind of see what you're getting yourself into if you've not seen it before. It is the minimalist game. It has inspiration from IKEA. It has inspiration from 1960s children book illustrations. And the rules are, I think, very, very simple and easy to grasp. And there's lots of dice rolling, and not necessarily in a bad way. A lot of people kind of dislike dice rolling, but as far as minimalist OSR, but for my preference, I actually think dice rolling is fun when it's actually part of the game. And there's 4 attributes, very simple rolling dice. There's 3 types of dice: action, doom, and luck. There's action rolls, that's to do stuff. And you only get the top 2 results. So you can actually build a dice pool, but you only take the top 2 results. And when you get bad results, that ends up being black dice, doom dice on your doom stack. And when that topples over, you're in trouble. So that's kind of a quick overview of the game itself. For those that haven't seen it, I'll have links that you can check out in the show notes below. And let me just, I'll put some of that up on the screen so that people can see it if I can find it. There we go. So there's the website for the game itself. And there's also the jam, which we're going to be talking about today. So this is a little bit of a departure from perhaps some of my normal interview styles, and I hope you stay with me because I feel very passionate about this game, and I feel very passionate about the ability for people to design with this game, and that's why I'm throwing the Adventure Jam over the summer. So it's a little bit longer than some Adventure Jams because I want to support the community and making sure that they're able to produce the game that they want to produce. And so going back to the game itself, simple combat. It's basically just hitting a difficulty level. There's automatic critical rolls. There's easy to understand rules. There's easy to make characters. There's 4 attributes. There's heirlooms. There's like 8 types of characters you can make that you can see on the screen here. And there's rune stones that anybody can cast spells using rune stones. Anybody can take edibles, and anybody can use magic items. So it's an exciting minimalist game, and it's like designed in the OSR style. So I'll talk a little bit more about what OSR style means when we talk about the Adventure Jam. But ultimately, this is a game that anybody can pick up and learn within minutes. And my hope is that anybody can actually design an adventure for the game because it's so wide open, and that you're able to design and make adventures that adhere to that OSR style. And I'm going to be talking all about that today. So buckle in, stay tuned, and hopefully you enjoy a little bit of what I'm going to be sharing here. So once again, that's the Fun with Fang Adventure. And I'm going to put up on the screen now the Itch Jam. And so for those that are unfamiliar with what a jam is, there's like game jams. And I'll put the web address on there. So there are game jams, and typically you invite people to create in a short window of time a game or an adventure or whatever the case might be, something that they can share and they can actually sell. So from my perspective, the Adventure Jam, and I'm going to move that so you can see a little bit better. This is an opportunity for folks to design an adventure with the Fang system, and they can charge what they want. They can make what they want. They have complete control over it. There's a third-party license for the Fängelsehåla game, and in that license, you're welcome to do whatever you want. There's some criteria, obviously. You know, we don't want bad things happening with the license, but ultimately, you are in control of what you create and what you can sell it for, and it's your creation. And so the Fun with Fang Adventure Jam, let me just kind of go over the basis of it. And for those at home, one of the reasons that I think if you've ever thought about designing your own game or your own adventure, and I think anybody that's ever played a role-playing game kind of thinks that, hey, this is fun. I'd like to do this like for a living, essentially. But even if you want to just dip your toes in the hobby of designing games, I think this is for you, because what happens is, like, a lot of people, they start designing games and they're like, I can't do the art. Like, I can't do the layout, and I don't even know where to start. So this jam, I created it so that, and this game, I created it so that people could actually design for the game. As you can see, I'm going to scroll down just a little bit further so that you can see this burly beast monster that's in the game booklet. That's not like really intricate art, is it? It's like kind of simplistic. It's children book art, and you can see some of the monsters that were also in the book, and I've kind of highlighted them here. This is all stuff that you at home can make. Just, all you have to do is get into touch with your youthful side of you, and go, hey, remember when I used to make monsters when I was like a kid and draw monsters? This jam is for you, because the whole idea behind this is to make that kind of retro 1960s children's book style in your adventure. And so, like I was saying earlier, one of the problems that a lot of people find is they go, oh, I want to make an OSR game, but I'm kind of sick of like hunting through public domain art, and like everybody else has already scooped up the best stuff. Everything kind of looks the same. And this is really upon you to make the game that you really want to see. And you can actually do the art yourself, which is probably fairly unique within the role-playing game making, is that make the art yourself. I really encourage this. Get, whether it's a big break out the crayons or the pencil crayons, or if you can do stuff in Procreate or Illustrator or whatever the case might be, you can create the art. If I can do it, you can do it. And I'm going to provide resources and tips and all those things along the way. So the Fun with Fang, Fängelsehåla is the name of the game. So Fun with Fang is the program of what I'd like to do is encourage people to play. So I'm going to bring up the program itself. There's kind of two objectives of the program. Is if you are a school or a library or a youth program, I have a form to fill out. I will send you free books. I will hold it up here. I will send you free to you books so that you can get your students playing, because I think role-playing games are a great creative outlet. I think people sharing time around the table and interacting with each other, it's a great thing. Role-playing games are awesome. And if you're running a school program, library, youth program, whatever the case might be, fill out the form. I will send you a free game. Second to that, the kind of second stream of that, I should also mention on the first stream, if you are thinking like, hey, I'd love to play this at a convention, I will also send you a free book. So just fill out the form there, and I will get you what you need in order to play it at a convention or school, library, or youth program. Second, if you are a designer, which the Game Jam is geared towards, if you are a designer, I will also send you a free digital copy so that you can check it out and see if it's a fit for you. and then support you along your journey. So ultimately, just fill out the form. They're on the website, daikugames.com/funwithfang, or just Fang, and I will set you up with what you need. So that's the Fun with Fang program. And the Adventure Jam is kind of part of that. And ultimately, there's a third-party license. And if you, like I mentioned, want to create for it, you design the game, you keep all the profits, as long as like there's some fine print on the license, but it's like pretty minimal. Just don't do bad stuff with the license. But if you have a game like an adventure that you've been playing around with, and you go, hey, this would be a really good fit, like a fairy tale adventure, perfect fit. If you just like something minimal, like just like a unique space that you want to get into, like as far as like a fairy tale-esque kind of look or feel to it, this is the place for you. So all you have to do is, it's on Itch. So if you've not actually got an Itch account, they're free. You can sign up, make your own Itch account, and then all of a sudden you're in the realm of making and designing your own games. And once you actually make and design your own game, and you make it within Itch, you can submit it to the Jam. So make an Itch account. You don't even have to have that game created at this point, but you can join the adventure, Fun with Fang Adventure Jam. So just like join it, and then you'll be listed here. And then also, you can see we've got 33 people joined. It doesn't start until tomorrow. So I just wanted to give everybody a heads up. You can see there's a community tab here. So you can see that there's different, you can ask questions. There's a whole bunch of resources already on there. So it's already kind of underway. There's lots of people that have joined, 33. Make yourself one of the people that have joined. You can click on the links for the third-party license just so you can see what you're getting yourself into. And ultimately, you have all summer long to kind of join along, practice your skills, upgrade your skills. And at the end of the whole time, on September 11th is the deadline to actually have it finished. And when you do, we will have judges. We've got a couple of great judges, Tom Kronhofer and Jim Parkin, who will be judging, and they're going to pick a gold, silver, and bronze winner for the best adventures. And each one of those you can see there, a $300 US IKEA gift card. So in your home country, we will make sure that you get that gift card. So there's actually some loot involved with actually finishing this jam. $300 gift card, $200 gift card, and a $100 for the gold, silver, and bronze. And then there's kind of a whole bunch of little minor gift cards for best art, best layout, best map, best NPC, best new monster, best new magic item, and best use of Swedish IKEA vibes. So we're really trying to hone in on like what makes this kind of fun. And as I mentioned, you can make your own monsters. Like this is like, draw it yourself. I will have illustration links and tips throughout the whole thing so that you can kind of learn as you go. So this is a great opportunity to dip your toes into designing role-playing games, and start here with the Fun with Fang Adventure Jam. I'm going to have TikToks and YouTubes that will kind of go through this. I'm going to highlight some of the illustrators that inspired me to make the Fängelsehåla game. And there's going to be, as you can see right here, I already got brainstorming ideas. So if you're already stuck, you're like, I don't even know what to make. I've got a link here for brainstorming ideas with what I call the action item mystery scenario, where we go like, what is the action that the players are doing? What are the item? What is the mystery? And there's a whole table here. So you can roll a D6 to find out if you're searching, reclaiming, negotiating, protecting, infiltrating, or exploring something. And then it has another D6 table of like, what's the item? And then a mystery that you can kind of throw into the mix. So play on this table and think about ideas that you might have for making an adventure. So that'll get your feet wet. And then making monsters, same thing. There's a table, or not table, but like a step-by-step guide of like, if you're making a monster, all the things that you need to do based upon the rules of the Fängelsehåla game. And then from there, you can also get inspiration from fairy tales. So I just have a few links here from like the Brothers Grimm, Hans Christian Andersen. There's making your own spin on these fairy tales. There's also learning about the illustrators. I've actually got a list here of illustrators that define the look of Fang. There's Art Seiden, who like was probably the biggest influence. Evan Earle, who did the backgrounds for Sleeping Beauty. Mary Blair, who also did It's a Small World and Cinderella and Sleeping Beauty. Olli Esko, which is perhaps lesser known Swedish designer, and the list goes on. And there's also a Pinterest board that has a lot of these designers already kind of showcased for you, so you can get ideas for how you can design your own children book illustration styles for the game. And on top of that, I also have templates, InDesign templates and Affinity Publisher templates that you can download. There's already got some tables in there, and it's already got some backgrounds in there. I created backgrounds for like different settings like forest or ice or like volcano or whatever. There's 4 different kind of backgrounds so that you can create similar layouts to what you see on the screen here. So you already have a step up. There's templates for you. There's adventure concepts that you can build upon. All these things are available for those that are participating in the Fun with Fängelsehåla Adventure Jam. Now, if you have other ideas that you're like, hey, I could do this, or maybe I could do that, let me know. I am. It's not hard to find me. My email is right on the bottom of this, so that you can join the jam. The few caveats being no AI generated art. So please, this is designed for you to actually be able to participate by designing things yourself. It's not meant for AI to take over. Like, what's the fun of like using a computer to generate art? That should be fun things to do. Also copyrighted art. So it's not like you can go to the Dr. Seuss books and go, oh, I'm just going to copy that and like scan it or anything like that. That's not allowed. We also request that you make the layouts in the same booklet. So it's the horizontal little booklet size so that it all matches up. There's no page limits. If you want to do a 1-page dungeon, that's fine. If you want to do like Fang, which is a 44-page booklet, you can do that. I showed you the map cutaway. You don't have to stick to that format. You can make any kind of map you want, really. And collaborations are welcome. So if you're like, I want to do this, but hey, maybe it'd be easier if I had somebody that I could partner with, whether they do the art and I do the writing or whatever the case might be. You decide how to do it, and you decide how to split the loot that you win at the end of the day. So as I said, the Fun with Fang Adventure Jam starts tomorrow. It's all summer long, and I know it's probably longer than most jams go. That's purposeful, though. Like, I anticipate maybe some university students or high school students that go, hey, I don't want to dip my toes into illustration. This is your opportunity to kind of learn how to illustrate. I've got tons of resources here, like I said, on my website. And I also have a lot of the illustrators listed here. So I've got like little profiles in each one of them, and things that you can look at and get inspiration from as far as all the different illustrators. So at the end of the day, I really just want you to like enjoy the process. I've got a couple comments. Looks fun, Mark. Thank you. I hope I can help you along the way. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. We also have a Discord server. I don't know. I'll put the link in here after the live stream so that people can join the Discord server. And in some of my previous videos, that the Discord link is there. And thank you, Gary. Hope you can join along and have fun with it as well. This, like I said, this is really meant to be a good starting ground for somebody that like wants to get into OSR design. And OSR is, I guess, maybe critical to the way I designed the game. A lot of people, when they go OSR, it's got to be like old school D&D. So different rule set, but the philosophy is the same thing, that you give player agency to be able to do whatever you want. So you set up a scenario or a situation for the players to interact with. And in the one article that I already have written, and it's linked in the jam, is the 3 E's of creating a location, which is maybe I'll just bring that up because it's actually probably worth noting here. So let me just, I'll bring up the 3 E's of that I call it. Making locations come alive. The reason I put this photo here or video, image here is because enrichment is one of the 3 E's, and I always often refer to it as like zookeepers. They put enrichment into environments for the animals so that they actually interact with it. So the 3 E's are evoke, enrich, and elicit. So you evoke a mood, you enrich the space with items that like people can kind of bounce off of and interact with, and then you elicit the player's imagination from those. And it goes into more detail here. We don't need to get bogged down, but there's a whole bunch of examples of like enriching a space, and then how to use jinx, which is one of the key features of the game. When you get a tie, it's a success, but with the complication, which is called a jinx. And with that jinx, you can tie it to the environment. Examples of like in the stables, if there's like a lantern that's like barely hanging on the hook, all of a sudden your jinx would cause that lantern to fall, light some hay on fire, and all of a sudden there's a fire in the environment. So setting up those environments with enrichment, which is the lantern in this case, is key to making like a kind of a fun environment for people to interact with. We're against railroading, so like the whole idea of an OSR adventure is no railroading. You just actually create a situation and let the players interact with it. In the AIM example that I had here, I rolled on the table, and then I came up with the idea of that there is a curse, and there is a rumor, and a mystery. And eventually from all that, there's a rumor that the neighboring villagers killed a sacred stag, and that was causing a curse to the crops and that kind of thing. And I just like rolled it on the table, and I came up with the scenario, and that was all there was to coming up with a situation for players to interact with. So it's really meant to like create something that is just fun to bump around in and bounce around in, like a pinball machine essentially, and you enrich the environment for people to have fun with. But at the end of the day, all you have to do is start the brainstorming process, sign up for the jam. And here's another comment. If you're old like me, this takes me back to the Fractured Fairy Tales cartoons from the 60s. Exactly. I'm a big Rocky and Bullwinkle fan. And I think that's, Mark, what you're talking about is the Fractured Fairy Tales. I love mid-century animation and art. And in the community, I actually think I listed, let me see if I actually listed that already. In the community, I have, sorry, there's too many links open. There's a Cartoon Modern review, and there's a video here that talks about the basically that style of animation from the 60s, like the Pink Panther, that era, Rocky Bullwinkle. And it's free here. If you go to the Discord, I actually shared a link to the PDF. The author of the book that the referring to in this video, the author said, I wrote this book, but I want to share it more. So he encouraged people to scan it and share it. And so I put the link to the PDF there, and it's really a good resource for design. So ultimately, the illustrators are what I think make those children's books, and I just love that kind of style and that graininess. And if you follow along on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok, I'm going to be doing like little videos about the techniques that I used in making the booklet here, and some of the, you can see like the textures and the style of some of the monsters in the backgrounds. And I am by no means an expert. And like I said, if I can do it, you can do it. This is like an open invitation to just play around with the different styles and bring children book kind of styles into it. And if people that are maybe new to this, I also created a Christmas adventure where it has the Rankin Bass kind of style to it. So I really played into that. I'll bring that up on a probably different video. But ultimately, this adventure is for you to get your creative chops underneath you and have fun with it. And whatever you make is yours to keep and yours to sell. And I'm just here to support that. So there's templates, there's links, there's resources, there's a community behind you to support you along the way and to share. And I've even thrown it out there to illustrators that might be interested that, hey, are you an illustrator? And you just go, I'd like to make children's books. Well, what better way to actually make something fun and interactive than to actually make your own book adventure with your own illustration. So let's see. Mark, quick side note, Rocky Bill art is next to impossible to find after they made the cartoon on the cells. They had wiped down and reused the cells. I didn't know that. I actually recently, one of the long-standing things that I've been trying to get for like a number of years was the Rocky and Bullwinkle role-playing game. So I actually have that now. I finally buckled down and I got it through eBay. I quit kind of looking on the local thing. Oh, thank you for liking that. And but I finally found the Rocky and Bullwinkle role-playing game, and I'm gonna do a review on that and kind of pull some lessons from it. And just like the whimsy of it, I really enjoyed. So I'm really excited to just dig into this. And like I said, if you have an idea, go to our Discord, share it around. There's a lot of actually game designers on our Discord that they design in a lot of different systems, and they do a lot of different things. So it's not specifically to Fun with Fang, it's actually game design. So people ask their questions there and share their artwork and get feedback. And there's some really good designers on that Discord. And it's, pretty sleepy sometimes, but there's a lot of resources and experience that are, and people that are willing to share it on the Discord. So check it out. And I really just want you to encourage you to take a shot at this. Everything is there for you. And if I can assist in any way, if there's something you need, please let me know. So I just want to get on and share a little bit about the Fun with Fang Adventure Jam and invite you to join. And if you would have any questions or concerns, let me know. I'm easy to find. I'm on socials. My emails and the links on the jam itself. And anyways, I'm excited to see what everybody produces, because I really believe in the philosophy of the game. I stumbled ass backwards into the rules, but I think they kind of work. They play the game the way I like to have it played, and almost anybody can run it, anybody can play it, and they can pick up those rules really within minutes. And especially it's, even though it's got a children book illustration style, it's not specifically targeting kids. That's not gonna, I don't want you to think it's a kids game. Yeah, I guess it's supposed you could look at it like that. It's a very, I think, hopefully complex but minimal rule set. And also I think it tweaks kind of that nostalgia that I really like, because I'm a little bit over 50 years old. I love that kind of 60s children book style, and I think a lot of people do. And I think it's also a good game that you can share with your family, and it's a good introductory game for you to get your feet wet in. And like I said, there's forms on the website. You don't have to go buy it yourself. I'll just fill out the form. I'll send you a free digital copy. There's also a free copy that you can download without art on my own itch page. So check it out there. But I'm more than happy to send you a copy. I should also mention, if you enter a game, you will get 2 of these booklets. I'll send them, no cost to you, as well as your own little doom stack of dice. So all you have to do is enter. You get 2 copies of this that you can share with family and friends, and your own dice bag with dice in it. And I don't know if I have one handy. I do, luckily, a collector coin. And I'm going to try to zoom in. There's a collector coin. I'm not doing a very good job, that I had made, and you will also receive a collector coin as part of that booty for entering. So The links are in the description. Check it out there, itch.io/jam, and then Fun with Fang. Or you can go to daikugames.com/Fang, where a lot of the resources are being housed, including the templates and that kind of thing. So I guess that's about it for me today. I hopefully will be doing some check-ins from time to time and encouraging more people to get involved with the jam throughout the summer. So if you know somebody that you go, hey, like, let's do this together, or why don't you do this as well? This is, I think, a good opportunity. If you've ever thought about designing your own game, you can do the art yourself, and minimal rules, lots of guidance, and I just join along. I encourage it. So thanks for watching, and I hope everybody gets on board and has fun. So thanks again.
Pettersson var ute och roade sig en kväll. På morgonen han vandrade hem och var så glad och snäll. Men porten den var stängd så han kom inte in. Han kastade grus på fönstret och fick högt frittin. Rackare, trummel, rummelbott och nöt. Hon skrek och hennes mörka ögon himska blixtar sköt. Händerna lyste, hon var i svår extas. Han måste se på kärgen genom största glas.